Hey guys,
Hello.
it's Brothers Play again.
We've returned.
Yep, after one of our infrequent hiatuses. Oh, we got something up a while ago. We got like gears up, didn't we?
Yeah, and I'll have something up today.
Part
Actually,
3 gears, and we'll have and Ryan will have a
I'll
little
have a
some
little
some.
little gaming-y, vloggy thing. I actually said in the vlog that we'd be recording today. So what do you know? I predicted the future very well.
So today we're gonna be doing a bit of a color commentary over Rainbow Six Siege. Which is it was the beta was out a while ago, a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
And I managed to shoot some gameplay of it, so it was pretty good. So basically the premise of the game is that you're playing as one of any number of like distinctively unique, like sort of special forces guys from different countries. And like now we're looking at Spetsnaz guy who's got like a different weapon set and different gadgets, so everyone's got different gadgets. And it's basically like sort of like base defense sort of thing. You have to break into the house. And I think you used to be able to play as like the guys defending the building, but that wasn't in the beta. You can play in the campaign as one of the defenders in the building.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. Definitely does a lot of teamwork. Requires a lot of teamwork. I played with our buddies Spencer and Kieran, and Paddy. It was quite good.
Yeah, I should probably interject. I haven't played it yet. I played a bit of Battlefront beta though, which was out fairly similar time.
How'd you feel about the beta for Battlefront?
It's okay.
A little disappointing.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing. I've talked a bit more about it in the video that will be going up live today. So if you haven't seen
Sweet.
that, check it out.
We'll plug it below in the links.
We'll plug in the links below. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to have a look at this footage and see how I guess the two betas compare, what sort of quality they.
Yeah, I think Spencer and I played the Battlefront beta and this, and we were like far and away, I would say, Siege won the beta off.
Yeah, I know, because Spencer and I, we're pretty huge Star Wars fans. I mean, I know you enjoy Star Wars, but you're not as into the Star Wars sort of games.
Yeah.
But even Spencer, the Rainbow Six beta was definitely super fun. Probably a little bit better.
That's Spencer right now.
Just joining the party.
Yeah, so
So this is loadouts, I'm assuming?
yeah, so this is loadouts that you have to play around with. Now, the character I'm currently playing as is a guy called Sledge, and the reason he's called Sledge is because he's got a giant breaching sledgehammer, and he's British, so he uses like the British assault rifle.
How fitting.
Yeah, and the cool part is that you can actually modify the rifle depending on your playstyle. So if you want to snipe from outside the building, you can put a long scope on it and sit outside and pick guys off as they stick their heads out.
Do you have a favorite character or loadout that you played?
Sledge. Because like if you run out of whatever it is, you can just use your sledgehammer. Every operative has a operative video, like an intro video, sort of like in LoL. You know how they have an intro video for every character. They have it for this one, but they didn't make them available. So for the beta, the best game mode I managed to play on was Classic. Obviously, you start out as a recruit, and then you earn like prestige points, and you can buy operators and buy weapons and unlock attachments and stuff. Yeah, so it was a pretty fun game at the moment. So what we're looking at right now is Terrorist Hunt that I'm about to do with a bunch of guys, and you pick a bunch of weapons that you use or gadgets.
You go on the hunt.
Yeah, you go on the hunt
For the bad guys.
for the bad guys. Yeah, and so it's taken a really sort of classic Rainbow Six sort of format where they've allowed you to plan your attack from one angle of the building you're going in through.
Yeah.
So if you look at
So
like
does that like decide your sort of spawn location and stuff
yeah,
like
it's
that
it's
as
pretty
well?
much where your whole squad will spawn at. You can't like have two people come in from one door and two people coming from the other door.
Okay.
It's a little bit different. So that's Spencer off to the right. He's just full on like Leroying it up to the house.
Typical.
I'm pretty sure he gets killed here. I don't know if he gets killed here or not. But there was a scene. There was a situation where he got downed in the doorway and then got drilled full of holes before I could reach him.
Oh wow. For a nice house, it's got some graffiti on the.
Oh, so that's actually the reinforcements. So they like blocked up the doors and everything to like stop you from being able to get in.
Right here.
And what that is a that's Ryan's phone. And what this is a breaching charge. Now this is like the favorite thing of every person who played Siege.
This is the thing you used so successfully at the beginning of the video.
Yeah. So you breach, and like a true operative, you sort of swing through the window with your gun out.
Swang in there,
Swang
work it out.
Now the really
Show the
cool thing about
terrorists what
this.
it's all about.
Yeah. And the really cool thing about this game is that aside from the weapons being really well well, he got poo nannied. Aside from the weapons being really well rendered, the house is actually built, like every building is built quite realistically, so you can, if you want, you can use your shotgun and blow a hole in the side wall to see what's in the room. It's very destructive. Like right then, I just got killed by a suicide bomber.
Wow.
You probably won't see it because you came around the corner real quick. And when you get killed, so the aim of the game is to try not to get killed, obviously, in this, because if you get killed, you just have to sit back and watch your friends sort of, you know, do and
Clear the
die.
place.
Yeah, clear the place, which is annoying because you're like, I want to be in there with them.
It's yeah, but it adds at least difficulty to it. And
Yeah.
it adds a lot more of a realistic element to
Challenge
it.
to it as well. Yeah, because you don't want to die, because once you die, you're out of the game and you gotta wait for everyone else to like finish screwing around and
Like
die.
these infinite respawn bitches.
Yeah, now if you see that little square that we passed earlier, or one of the players passed, it's actually a trapdoor. Now if you have, that guy got messed up, if you have breaching charges, you can actually put them on the floor and blast your way into the room below, which is horrifying if you watch, if you're ever in another room clearing it and your buddy blasts through the ceiling above you and drops into the room. So that's pretty great.
I like the houses are pretty
Yeah,
nice.
the houses are pretty swanky. It's built specifically, like they obviously built it so that you could have a pretty decent stand-up gunfight in it.
Yeah. They're pretty big as well.
Yeah, so this is Spencer we're watching at the moment. He's wow.
Bit of a badass.
He's a bit of a badass, yeah, our Spencer. He wasn't here for Gears.
No, he wasn't.
I don't think, yeah.
He will be one day.
One day we'll
He'll
get the
return.
gang back together and gears it up. So for the defenders you can have a bunch of things that really make the attackers' lives really hard. So you can put in you can cover the floor in concertina barbed wire. That
Wow.
makes it really hard to move. So you're really slow, and the only way to get through the barbed wire is to melee the barbed wire until it breaks. You get points for that. Defenders have an unlimited amount of window blockades, so you saw those graffiti things on the shutters. They can hang those up and stop you from going in. They can block doors as well. They can do something called wall reinforcement, where they basically open like a shutter door reinforcement across an entire wall so you can't blast through.
It's quite cool.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. It's actually really simple as a game, but it's got a really good formula. It's like just a bunch of guys go into a house. It's mostly destructible. You've got assault weapons. You just take the house down.
See, even if it's simple, as long as it's well done and entertaining enough.
Yeah, like I remember playing. You could play this solo if you really want to try your nerve as an operator.
Would you get like AI reinforcement dudes with you, or would
No.
you just
So
be
sometimes you
actually
can-
solo?
Well, that's the thing. Like in Rainbow Six Vegas that I played obsessively when it came out, you could decide to get AI or you could go it alone. So this, I think you might get AI. It might be one of those things where you can toggle the switch on and off.
Yeah.
The multiplayer potential for this is really great. You get friends playing with you, and like, I didn't manage to record like the audio comms that we did while I was playing, but we spent most of the time just talking smack.
As you do.
Yeah, like,
Considering
Spencer,
how
you're so
early on
bad
you
at the
died.
yeah, yeah. I died pretty badly. I got blown up in a stairwell. It was really embarrassing. So there's a bunch of different enemy types. Obviously, they're not all just the same. But they'll all hurt you. There's ones called ambushers, and they're the classic cheap shot guys. They just sit in doorways with shotguns and wait for you to enter. They cut you off at the knees. There's suicide bombers, which seems a little like, extreme.
It does for just like some dudes in a house. Wow,
Yeah,
you
for,
win.
like-
GG.
Yeah. Yeah, the suicide bombers are dudes with bombs strapped to their vests, and if they see you, they run right at you, and you gotta shoot them in the head before they like detonate themselves. You can't shoot them anywhere else, so it's really stressful fighting them.
It'd suck to be the defender who has like designated suicide bomber. They just probably just like flip a coin or something like that. Right, Jim, it's your day today. It's been nice
Yeah.
knowing you.
Well, the suicide bombers also have assault rifles, so they can like fire at you and like put you in cover, and then rush over and jump over a
Just go,
box and blow you up. There's I think there's one other one. I'm not sure what he's actually called, but he has the ability to leave motion trigger like claymores and explosives around the house.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, which is really annoying because if you're not using an operator who can detect explosives and you step on one, it just blows you and the
And
rest of
you're
the room
gone.
up. Yeah. There was a moment that was really great where I was with Spencer, and we both breached into a room only to like swing in and realize that there were claymores all over the room. So we sort of like, oh god, we landed and the room exploded because you can't stop once you swing in.
So for the beta, were all the defenders AI controlled?
Yeah, they were all AI controlled. There was a thing where you could play multiplayer and fight like people who are blockading the house and people who, like, you know,
Were
play
invading.
multiplayer stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was a matchmaking issue, so we just wound up playing Terrorist Hunt, where it's just us against the AI, which was actually a ridiculous amount of fun because the AI were really stupid but also really challenging.
Yeah. I guess because there's more of them as well. They wouldn't put 10 human-controlled players against 5 invaders.
Yeah. There's some pretty interesting gadgets. So every operator has his own gadgets. Like there's a chick who. So operators come in different armor levels. So they have heavy armor, which means they can run fast. No, heavy armor means that they can't run
Heavy
fast.
armor run faster.
Means that they're
momentum,
slow. Yeah.
Physics.
And then there's light armor. The light armor guys tend to be more tech oriented, and then there's medium armor like Sledge, who can just sort of operate like a all rounder. There's a few of them who have gadgets where they can scan the walls and pick out where explosives are at.
Yeah.
Which is really handy when you're like there's trappers in the house. Sledge has a sledgehammer where he can just bash through a door, which is significantly quieter than blasting the door open with a breaching charge.
Significantly quieter. Yeah, you're bashing it with a sledgehammer. But yeah,
Yeah.
to be fair, it would be quieter than a charge.
It's a little quieter. Like if you were next door, you would hear it. Whereas if I were to breach the house, you would hear it from like every room in the house
And all the houses away.
and all the houses away.
That's
yeah.
kind of cool, the little recoil pattern thing in the bottom right.
Yeah. They really sort of give you the whole. They want to give you the best sort of experience because they're assuming that you're like special operations, so you have to know how your gun is going to react in a pinch.
You say that, and then you can get
The stupid
fluoro
skins.
weapons.
Fluoro skins. The shotgun has some pretty cool weapon skins where you can go like old school, like wood design and wood grain, which you would have seen earlier in the video.
Yeah.
The weapons are pretty realistic. I killed a guy with this exact pump action shotgun from across the side of a house just by firing through a hole.
Oh wow.
Enemies are also pretty like crafty. They actually use, yeah, it's pretty crazy. They actually will use the destructibility of the environment to bug you. So if you're like coming out in the hallway and they know there's 3 of you in a hallway, they will actually shoot through the wall. So there were a lot of instances where we were like just pushing through the house and suddenly the wall would like, there'd be bullet holes appearing in the wall and we'd be all ducking for cover. And I think like there was once it was like one of us, Kieran, would just like, he didn't duck, he just dropped behind the couch and started firing through the wall at them.
Yeah.
I think he killed like 3 or 4 guys with that, which was really awesome. Generally the houses are populated by like a ridiculous amount of enemies as well. It's,
Yeah,
like,
you've got to wonder
really
like
fun.
what the storyline behind the whole houses thing is, like why there's suddenly 15 terrorists just chilling in
Yeah,
a nice
yeah.
house.
Just like, guys, I think we picked too many. Everyone
Oh.
stands to make $5 from this mission.
It's like terrorist poker night or something. God damn, Rainbow Six here again. We're
here to crash
done.
your party. Why don't you just join the game? No.
Right, guys, start putting up the boards. Lay
I
down
just
the
put
barbed
that door
wire.
in. Yeah. So I'm actually quite hoping that the guys over at Tom Clancy decide to actually do a storyline with it,
Like a campaign.
like a campaign, so you can just muck around on
You
your own.
assume they would.
Yeah, you assume they would, but they haven't they haven't announced anything yet. The only thing we have is a half-hearted announcement where they're like, it's in the works.
I guess otherwise it'd seem very sort of Payday 2-ish, where you just have the different mission scenarios going as a group of 4.
Yeah, and I've got nothing against that. But and I wouldn't mind if they just released this as a flat multiplayer with the terrorist hunt on the AI. I'd be okay with that, but it'd be a little, I don't know, it'd be a little boring for me and a little disappointing because Rainbow Six has traditionally had some story to it. At least the Vegas set has had story to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so right now we're looking at, obviously this is Sledge, but there's a couple other guys as well. There's a dude called Thermite, so if you look in the top left roster next to the big 6, he's called Thermite, and he's got a wall breaching charge that can actually cut through steel reinforced walls, so it'll burn through the wall and then explode.
Wow.
This dude on the left, Patty's favorite character, I can't remember what his name is, but he's a Russian Spetsnaz soldier.
Call him Doris.
Yeah, Doris Day. Wow, that dude's dead. Yeah. So that's the barbed wire I'm talking about, it's on the floor. But Patty's character has got a really dangerous thing where he has it's called I think it's like a grenade injector. You put it on any breachable wall, and it actually pushes 6 grenades into the room next door, and explodes.
6?
Yeah. Well, I think it's 6 or 4, but it explodes and kills pretty much anything in
You
there.
just see them like driving a big truck up with like 100 grenades. Right, boys, load them in.
Yeah, that's just a funnel, and they just go. You hear all these screams of terror. Oh my god! What's with all the frags?
Start mixing other things in. Why is there a shoe in here? Badges and stuff like that.
Yeah. Suppressed weapons, especially, like, they really affect gameplay, because if you just silence all your weapons, no one actually knows where you are in the house.
Yeah, I mean, like silence grenades. That's where it's at.
A grenade with a silencer, like, taped to it, you just. It just makes that sound.
For some reason, it works.
Yeah, and you can create, obviously, like, places you can shoot from. So right now I created a high vantage point so that I can have a look into the room without going down the stairs. And
Smart.
I'm not sure if there's anyone here. Oh, yeah, there is.
Such tactics.
Much tactics.
It's cool how destructible it all is.
Yeah, it's actually pretty crazy. There was a room where a suicide bomber ran in, and I don't know who I was with. It was Spence or Kieran or something, but we all took cover, and we all took cover and started shooting at the bomber, but not with not enough time. Just as we realized that, like, most of us took cover, the explosion killed 2 of us, and I fell through the floor into the next room.
Wow.
Because of the blast, it tore out like a hole in the floor. So yeah, it's pretty good. There's a really good diversity of weapons depending on the class. Like Sledge can carry an Uzi as a pistol, like as a side gun. So
That's
if you,
really cool.
yeah, yeah, it's I would say overall it's a pretty decent game.
At least from what you've seen from the beta.
Yeah, the beta from what I've seen playing this against Battlefront trumped it by like a huge amount.
Yeah, if you just get flashbangs.
Yeah, I just got flashbang. It's really annoying. Whenever you get flashbang, you sort of just back up and run.
Yeah. I like how Paddy's kind of just break.
Yeah, Paddy's flat b-boying it there. You do get a knife for stealth kills, but I've never trusted the knife because, you know, well, you got a gun with a silencer on it. Why would you? And this is them shooting through the wall at us.
And flashbang.
Why am I such a
Derpa team. Imagine like chucking bloody Delta Squad into one of these houses.
Good God!
They'd get wrecked. Oh, I don't know if they'd get wrecked. It seems like they're unusually bulletproof.
Yeah. They would. Plus, they would do a lot of diving and stuff.
Mission success.
That is the win. But yeah, so like comparing this to like say Battlefield, or like not Battlefield, Battlefront. That was a bomber. And here's the blooper reel.
Wow. You knew.
Yeah, in terms of betas of October, I'd say this wins by a huge amount. There is a better balance with this than there is with the other thing. So yeah, guys, that's all the time we have. Rainbow Six, I would give the beta about an 8 out of 10. I would say.
Jolly good.
Jolly good.
I'm not gonna rate it for the sake of only having watched the video, but
Yeah.
it looks pretty cool.
Cool. Tune in for more stuff. See ya.
We'll catch you.
Bye.
Cheerio.